talk about cells. This should be a review from 7th grade. You covered all of this in 7th grade. So we're going to start with the cell theory, which should be very familiar. The cell theory is that cells are the basic unit of structure and function of an organism. What that means is all organisms are made of cells. Some organisms are made of only one cell, and some organisms are made of many cells. A plant or an animal is made of many cells, whereas an amoeba is made of just one cell. The second part of the cell theory is that all living things are made of cells. So let's talk about what it means to be a living thing real quick. If all living things are made of cells, what does it mean to be living? Well, in order to be living, an organism needs to be able to grow. It needs to be able to take in and use food. It needs to be able to respond to that environment. What does it mean to respond to the environment? Well, maybe it means if someone turns on a bright light, you blink your eyes. Or if somebody moves at you quickly, you jump away. It might also mean that a sunflower grows towards the sun. Finally, a function of life or a characteristic of life is the ability to reproduce. Can they make more of themselves on their own? So those are the characteristics of life. So all living things, if something is living and it fits all of those characteristics, then it is made of cells. Plants, animals, protists, fungi. These are all examples of living things. And then finally, all cells come from other cells, which we learned about through our skits this week. That means that in order to have more cells, your original cells have to reproduce, usually by dividing. You remember that process was called mitosis. So this is the cell theory, these 3 steps. And we know that these are the functions of life: growing, taking in and using food, responding to the environment, and reproducing. So, anything that is made of cells or just one cell can be classified as one of 2 things. It can be eukaryotic or it can be prokaryotic. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow.